What did last night tell you?
Mr. Sharpe, I'm going to reiterate once again, it's just Summer League. That's the one point we do agree upon.
Yes.
Can't get too low over the really bad game that Lonzo played in his
Game
debut.
one.
And you definitely cannot get too high about what happened last night. But I am here to tell you, last night was significant in the bigger picture because, let me say on a personal note, I've had a number of people I know very well contact me over the last, 2 or 3 days and say, you know what? You better back off your Lonzo stance because he just doesn't have that thing. He doesn't have that killer instinct, that dog in him, not enough attack mode, a little too passive, a little too timid. And I did sit right here in this chair after his first 2 Summer League games, and I said, I do want to see more attack mode. So, what happened last night? For once, his father, LeVar Ball, not at the game. Whew.
So that was
Not at
it.
the game. And guess what? Magic Johnson, the all-time greatest point guard who drafted Lonzo number 2 overall, was not at the game. So what did Lonzo decide to do before tip-off? He said, you know what? I wore my 2 Big Baller brand shoes, my Zo2s, I don't know what they're all called, but the 2 models.
Yes.
So I did that for Dad, but tonight, Dad's not here. Maybe tonight I'll be my own man. Maybe I'll grow up just a little bit tonight. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to wear purple Kobe's by Nike. Purple Kobe's. Why was that? Because he said, I'm going to go Mamba mentality tonight. So what happens just maybe a couple minutes into the game? Who makes a grand entrance and takes front and center seat courtside? Your man.
King.
Unannounced, unexpected, out of the blue, the King shows up and sits down. And what has happened in the recent past? The King has fired back at LeVar for comments LeVar had made about LeBron and his sons, right?
Yep.
And what has also happened, somebody captured on video, but we got to play it here on Undisputed, LeBron making fun of Lonzo's unorthodox shot, right, before one of his Cleveland Cavalier games. So, did the pressure not mount a little bit? Yeah, he ratcheted up a little bit. Did Lonzo shrink from that pressure? No, he rose and he shone. And I took exception to the fact that in those first 2 Summer League games, he shot a grand total of 0 free throws. 0. Last night, 12 times he went to the free throw line. That's the Lonzo I know and love. Last night, attack mode, Mamba mentality. Again and again, he easily, as he's fully capable of, got into the lane and to the rim at almost 6 feet 7 inches tall. And as we know, he scored 36 points and he had 11 rebounds. 11. I think he's capable of averaging double-digit rebounds in pro basketball. Had only 5 assists last night, but early on, just after LeBron had taken his seat, the pass of the night occurred. Could we see that? Because it was a full-court touchdown pass to a covered Kyle Kuzma. What, this isn't, here we go, here we go. Look at this. Touchdown. Is that not a special pass? That's not that easy to throw. That's full court all the way home, and he's covered. Is it not dropping it down the chimney?
He did.
Huh?
He did.
It was a beautiful pass. I think even LeBron James was impressed with that pass.
You were real happy about this performance.
Because you know what? He's special. I've been saying this. I'm not going to back off my stance. This is once a generation passer.
You doubling down on it?
Doubling down on it. I'm going to say it again. At some point pretty soon, you're going to look back and say, Danny Ainge made the biggest mistake of the draft. He should have stayed right at home with the top spot and taken Lonzo Ball with the first overall pick. I think he's still stuck in Boston with a 5'9" shoot-first point guard who's really not a point guard. And Isaiah, love his heart, love his guts, love his big shot-making ability. He's just not a point guard.
No,
Lonzo could have changed your life just the way he will change the Lakers' life. And I know I'm way out on the limb with this, and it's probably all heart over head, but I still just have this far-fetched notion that the Lakers are going to wind up in the 8th overall playoff spot, the last playoff spot in the West, just as LeVar has predicted. I know it looks almost impossible on paper, but I like the spirit and makeup of this team, and this kid is going to change their life.
Can I get the doctor of that LASIK surgeon? because I can't see that.
You can't see it?
So maybe because you got
I see
20.
good, man.
I know. So
I see good far away.
Yeah,
I mean, it still shocks me. It works, man.
Well, that Lakers in the 8th spot is real far away. I don't know if you
I
can see
got
that
it.
far.
You know what? You're probably right.
So let me ask you this, Skip. So you believe because LeVar and Magic wasn't there, and it relieved some of the pressure off of him of trying to play in front of an all-time great Laker and his boss now, Magic Johnson, and having his father there always trying to impress him and making sure he's doing the right thing.
Yep.
You think that's pressure on him?
I think more father than Magic, because Magic will be the greatest thing that ever happened to Lonzo Ball. But LeVar is just a little overbearing, just a little overwhelming when he's doing halftime interviews of your debut on ESPN. It's just a little much,
It's
man.
for the documentary he got going on Facebook.
So that's it, okay.
I think it was a good day for Lonzo, but I think it was a better day for Nike. Because here's the problem that he's going to have, Skip. Now, the big baller brand is not like you wearing Nikes. He's the face of this. His dad is making the shoe.
I got
You're
it.
trying to get other guys to wear the shoe. Now, Skip, I don't know if a lot of people out there know who Tim Cook is. Tim Cook is the CEO of Apple. He says the iPhone is the greatest invention ever created. Now, if Tim Cook is the CEO of Apple and you catch him using a Galaxy Note, you're going to worry like, hold on, wait a minute now. You just told me Apple is the greatest thing. Now, your dad told me that big baller brand shoes are going to take over the industry.
Yep.
And you wear Nike.
Fair enough. I'm with you.
And
It's a statement.
and people are like, well, you see these guys are advertising and doing endorsement for cars. You think they drive that type of car? No, but they didn't make that type of car. It's not like John DeLorean. John DeLorean driving a Ford as opposed to a DeLorean that has his namesake on it is something entirely different. Skip, I'm also not going to make a big deal out of Summer League for the simple fact I didn't get to the bottom when he was 2 for 15 from 3. I didn't go all goo-goo gaga when he had a triple-double in Game 3.
You did not?
Game 2, and I'm not going to go, he gets 36. Now, I am surprised, Skip, I did not see 36 points because Summer League, some of these guys are going to make the NBA, but a lot of them are not. They're going to be grad assistants and probably working at UPS. Not that there's anything wrong with UPS, but that's not their dream. Their dream is
maybe the G League, or maybe Europe, or maybe Japan, or
the game
China
is the G League. They renamed it again.
Yep.
Skip, I'm surprised. He doesn't strike me as a guy that can go get buckets like that. I see him as a team guy. Now, can he get somewhere in the 20s? Because if you look at it, he only had 6 games of his 36 that he played in college where he scored 20 or more points. His high was 24. Now, all of these guys played college basketball, so he's playing against guys that played college. It's not like he's playing pickup or blacktop basketball somewhere. These guys can play, maybe not to the levels that Lonzo can and be in the NBA, but they're quality players.
Okay, but didn't he make a statement? Mamba mentality,
Yes.
purple Kobe's. When I want to, I am capable of that. Again, against whatever the talent is,
see that.
I can score 30.
You believe he can? You believe he?
I do.
I don't see that. He strikes me as a team type of a guy. He can score in the teams consistently. I see him maybe in the mid-20s. But Skip, these point guards that are in the NBA, the Kyrie can go get 50. Harden, Steph Curry, Isaiah Thomas, those guys can go get 50.
Yeah.
I don't see his type of a game like that, because the reason why I say that is because he is a let me get you involved. He is a facilitator.
Unselfish to a fault.
Yes.
But again, I think last night, again, was significant. He's making some statements on several levels. I'm going to wear Nikes tonight, Dad. And watch this. Watch this attack mode.